I saw a very interesting case recently that's been looked at by one of our clients. So they have a large fruit and veg growing operation, and they have a combined heat and power plant to give them heat for the greenhouses, but also the CO2 from the engine is used by the plants to grow. So at least it's absorbed there locally. And we're talking with them about the idea of potentially using some of their organic waste for an anaerobic digester. So it would basically take any old decaying stock into the anaerobic digester to produce electricity, but also and heat, but also quite a unique one in their use case is the CO2, which then goes forward to actually feed the next generation of plants.
It's particularly interesting. Northern European countries that have been really good at this, and they naturally had a very strong resource of biomass and forestry, in those Nordic countries. But if you look at Sweden, I remember visiting Sweden in 2010 to Växjö, the city of Växjö, and city 58 kilometers down the road, Ljungby. So 2 mayor sets got together, made a decision. Okay, Ljungby was going to build the incinerator, the energy. District heating was the vector for the heat. Electricity was then produced, CHP, high efficiency. And in Växjö, which is a bigger city, but they're, probably 2/3 the population was in Växjö and 1/3 in Ljungby. They decided they'd focus on the bioenergy resource. So they built a district heating, which was going to be supplied by bioenergy. So the deal was struck. So all the waste from Växjö goes to Ljungby, and all the bioenergy resource from Ljungby, brown bin waste, all that sort of stuff, comes to Växjö. The resources are there.
Yeah.
If we can exchange them, and then it brings a value, so that's all local economy. That's reduced import of fossil fuels. And, it'll very much complement the production of wind and solar. So when the sun doesn't shine and the wind doesn't blow, you're still producing waste. And as long as you're collecting it in a very efficient and at a scale that works, we can do this. They have done it.
But in many ways, Paddy, we do a lot of kind of, I suppose, complex thinking. Being an academic, we like to promote as complex thinking, I suppose, and used to say about the future. But essentially, when you step back from it, there's a very simple principle. Every country should just play to its strengths. When it comes to energy transitions. Coming in here today, actually, I was just checking the news, and we saw today that Russia has cut off gas to Finland. It won't matter for Finland, actually, because Finland have such a low reliance on natural gas. It's less than 5%. Finland are actually very unusual, actually, Paddy, and you like this. Finland or maybe you'll probably know this already, Paddy. Finland are the only country in Europe, actually, that its primary source of energy is renewable. They have huge forestry resources in Finland, and that 30% of all their energy, primary energy, comes from forestry, it comes from bioenergy. For industry, for the residues, for the wastes, and they've built an industry around that. They've built a society around that. And again, they're playing to their strengths. Oil is their secondary energy source, which makes them very strange at a global level. And again, if you take that lesson and look at Ireland, what are we good at? We've got loads of wind. We've got huge oceans. We've got enough sunshine. Even though through certain months of the year, we've got an incredibly active ecosystem to grow biogas, to grow fast rotation crops. So when you stand back and look at what you have and you see where you need to go, then you can start thinking about, well, what solutions are you looking at? And as you said, Paddy, very clearly, wind, onshore, offshore, solar, and then wrapping the bioenergy economy around that. They're the things we're really good at in Ireland. We've got smart people working in the energy industry. We need more of them. And we've got incredibly smart farmers and smart agriculture people working in with land who can deliver those solutions. And we really need to amplify those solutions. So rather than looking abroad for new pipelines, as you said, from Russia to Germany or whatever, just look around our own house, look around our own country. What are we good at? And then what do we need to do then to bring those energy routes to market? And then, of course, how quickly can we do it is a big challenge there as well.